So, good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of six and seven figure CEOs. However, my mission is you, that small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first six figures in business. I want to help you to make the money and create time freedom. Let's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I started this journey 5 years ago, and I'll spare you the details. Just know I'm living my best life and working my best business currently from Mexico. All right. So let's get into it. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/. Partner, okay? Because what we've been talking about all week long and what we're closing out today is partnerships that pay for small business. All right. The very revenue goals that we think sometimes that will take all year long and be money from across several offers can actually be made with one strategic partnership. Okay. That's why this is important. So listen up. These relationships can be the turning point towards your business success by offering a unique blend of mutual benefits, innovation, and market expansion. And who don't want expansion, right? So successful partnerships share a couple of things in common: a commitment to a shared goal and a vision for leveraging collective strengths to achieve that goal. So creating collaborative ventures can significantly enhance your trajectory towards achieving and surpassing your revenue goals to six figures and beyond. So on Monday, catch the replay. We talked about the different types of partnerships in part one. Okay, that's Monday. The different types, the most common, the most lucrative. Okay. Then we started talking about who we should be picking as far as how do we know that these people are aligned? How do we know what makes a great partner? All right, that's Tuesday. Catch that replay, okay? We talked about that. On yesterday, we talked about partnership agreements, right? Partnership agreements. This is business. Okay, business takes agreements and contracts. Good morning, Dania. Okay, so you need to know what to have in your contracts from this lay person's point of view, the things that we think are important. So go to yesterday's replay. Today is about managing the partnership. Okay, you found a great partnership, you found a great partner, you've gotten your agreement in place, and now you're in the partnership. What are the best ways to manage that thing to make sure that it ends up being the win-win that you need it to be? Okay, so number one, you need effective communication. Effective communication. Okay, when things are going right, communication. When things are going wrong, communication. We should always be communicating, okay? I guess it's Murphy's law, is it, that everything that could go wrong will go wrong, but you guys should be discussing it, right? The thing about having a partnership is you're not in it by yourself. So you should always be communicating back and forth. So that's number one. Managing the partnership, you need effective communication. Number two, y'all need to be monitoring everybody's performance. Okay. We don't wait to the end to see, oh, that went right, that went wrong. We should be monitoring during the whole partnership. So, do you know what the KPIs of the partnership is? Do you know what the key performance indicators are? Right. For example, if we take my example of the one partnership I told you that made me not want to partner with no damn body else, right? She was supposed to have the audience because she was from Georgia. I was freshly from Alabama, just moved. I was handling everything else. She was supposed to be handling the marketing and getting the attendees in. If I were keeping up with the key performance indicator of how many people are registered all along, I would have known I'm not in a good partnership right now. Okay. So, what is it that they bring to the table and how are you measuring that? And don't wait to the end to measure it. Okay. The next thing, adaptability and growth. Again, everything that can go wrong might go wrong. So how well are you guys are going to adapt together? Okay. And how are you going to grow from it? What did you learn and what you're going to apply quickly? All right. Building trust and mutual respect. Okay. Some of these partnerships with people that we may adore, but we don't know in a business way. And we have to start a journey of trust, right? There's no partnership without trust. Y'all know that, whether it's romantically, whether it's familiar, okay, whether it's friendly, there's no partnerships without trust. All right. So we need trust, and it needs to be mutual trust and respect. All right. Good morning, Keith. I also, so those are what came from my mind. Y'all know the blog always comes from my mind, but then I always chat with the chatster, Chat GPT, to see what else they come up with. Okay. So they also agree with me about KPIs, but what they said was regular partnership reviews, right? So maybe you check in weekly, okay, with each other to make sure as a meeting together as partners that things are going well. All right. Shared learning and development. I'm gonna tell you how sometimes neither one of y'all know what needs to be known, and one of y'all need to learn, or both of y'all need to learn, right? So shared learning and development, cross-promotional opportunities. It's nothing like two heads are better than one, right? But guess what else is great? Two networks. Two networks are better than one. Okay, so both of you should be reaching out to your networks, trying to cross promote with other people for your joint venture. Okay, and see who else your other people know. It's supposed to be going out from you, right? You two, who you two know, who they know. Okay, let's get into all of it to start cross promoting. Innovation. I love innovation. I often go outside of my current industry to get innovation inspiration. So if the person that you're partnering with is in another industry, hey, start asking them what are some ways that their industry do things, and they can start asking you, how does your industry do things? Y'all might can come up with something very innovative. Okay. Again, two heads are better than one. Shared corporate social responsibility initiatives. I'm gonna tell you, once upon a time, I don't know if it's still true. It possibly is, but once upon a time, if you had some type of initiative that was community related, right? It made people want to choose your event, your offer, your whatever, right? So think Tom's shoes. Them little ugly ass shoes was 60 something dollars. It looked like, somebody's umbrella made them and sold them right on up and gave them to you to put on your foot, okay? But you paid 60 something dollars for those shoes because they had a social responsible initiative behind it, right? For every pair of shoes you bought, someone in an underserved community got a pair of shoes, right? So think about how you can collaborate with something that serves the community. Okay. All right. Joint networking. I already talked about that. Recognition and awards. I love that. So you can have a partnership that adds in recognition and awards. Kimberly said, oh, I like that. You want to do a Tom's community initiative, Kimberly? I like that for you too. Leverage technology. Sometimes, let me tell you how sometimes the technology that you need is a little more economical when you share the costs across partners, right? And sometimes one partner has a tech that you don't have. So let's check, a great thing to do when you are getting into a partnership is checking each other's tech stacks. That's a great thing to do, okay? Because they could have something you've always been dying to use that is better than something that you have, or vice versa. All right. Build personal relationships. Yes, it's business, but some of that trust building is personal. Okay. Keeping your word is a personal thing, right? So that's when we get kind of into the 4 agreements, right? So, you need to be impeccable with your word. All right. And that's a personal thing. So, managing partnerships. I would love to know, did I leave out anything that you feel like would be important for managing a partnership? What is something that will be important to you? You signed on to this partnership and now you're working the partnership. What is something that is most important to you, whether I named it or you want to add it in? And I'm going to start with Heather today. So Heather.
I think it's going to be the communication to me that sticks out the most, just because I know that I fall down more often than I would like in communicating with clients. So for me, that would have to be top of list and top of mind at all times, because that's a thing for myself already. So
yes, come through, Libra. All right, Deborah. Which one do you know is a thing for you, whether it was named or you want to add it to the list? You got to unmute. Let me ask you to unmute. Maybe that'll be easier.
I agree with Heather. I'm a communicator. So yeah, yeah, that's it.
Cool beans. Kimberly, we know you're at the Dream Funder. You can put it in the comments. Dr. LaFera, which one do you know you're going to need the most, whether it's on the list or you want to add it to the list? And Keith Mon and Dania over on the Facebook side, and everybody hiding over there on the Facebook side, put it in the Facebook comments. Which one of these choices of managing a partnership do you know you need to do because it's most important to you? Dr. LaFera.
I like the KPIs
Yeah.
to track how well things are going and trying to figure out what we can be doing better and all of this stuff.
Love it, love it. You know, we all should love KPIs. Because the lack of KPIs, which is a part of that, know your numbers, right? Knowing your numbers is not just the money you spending out and the money you bringing in. More knowing your numbers have to do with a lot of different data sets in your business, right? And KPIs is definitely one of them, and we all should be falling in love with it because we could catch so many more things if we catch up with our KPIs. You wanted to add something, Deborah?
Can you go over KPIs again, what you said about it as far as partnerships?
Performance monitoring and evaluation, setting up metrics and processes to assess the partnership's performance and impact on the business goals.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
Everything we do should have KPIs. Everything we do that we're working towards a goal, we should know what success looks like, and success involves numbers most likely, right? Keith said communication for him. All right, Keith. I think we all are agreeing on communication, but them KPIs. Let me tell y'all how I told y'all, I think it was last week, right? I shared with y'all that most likely when you are struggling to get to your next level, you need to make 2 lists. Number 1, you need to make a list of the things that you know you should be doing that you're not doing. Okay. Number 2, you should make a list of the things you're saying no to. And instead of saying no, you need to be trying to figure out what are your demands instead of a no. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because your next level is probably on the other side of you executing all of that. So one of the things that's on my, I know I should do, but I'm not doing this, metrics, KPIs, and more often. Yeah. So just because you know stuff don't mean you do stuff, right? So yeah, my little list is long for me to be doing things that I know I needed to be doing that I'm not doing. So I did that list. I have prioritized that list, and now I'm going to figure out how to make those prioritized portions of the list a part of my routine. As I make those a part of the routine, I'll go back to the list, prioritize the next ones, pull that in, right? Demetra said, good morning. Good morning, Demetra. So that would be something great to hear from you ladies, right? I would love to know what is something that you know you should be doing that you are not doing that you know would make a huge difference in your business, right? Just share one thing. It don't have to be a personal thing, right? Heather already has a list because she and I have been talking about it. So Heather, what is your list?
One thing for sure is that as a reporter, I'm used to not being personal. Like all I do is I report the story, right? Like it's not about me or anything. And so I have a very difficult time being personal with my story or even telling my story at all, or any parts of a story about me personally. Yeah. So I think that that's something I have not been willing to do, but I think that could be a changer for me in terms of relating more to my ideal customer. So.
Okay. Love it. Love it. Deborah, what is something you know you need to be doing that you're not doing that you're going to start doing? Let me ask you to unmute again. There you go.
Well, I think you know. So I relaunched the business this year, and I did not formally create a business plan. It's all in my head. So it's all, I'm very structured in my head, but everyone keeps saying, you need to write it. You need a business plan, write it down. So
your brain is not a file cabinet.
Yeah.
Mine is. Yeah, I think mine is, but everyone says it'll make a difference. You'll see things that you didn't see. So I'm working on it, as you know, Shay.
But not only that, See, business is for you to grow, other people have to have access to that information, and they can't have access to it if it's in your head. That's how you quickly become the bottleneck. That's how you quickly hire people and feel like you should just do it yourself because you ain't had time to get it out your head. So yes, you have to get it all out of your head, not just because your brain is not a file cabinet, but because everybody that has to work on your business is not in your head. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pull that stuff out. How can somebody help you if they can't see what you see, if they don't know what you know? So yeah, you got to pull it out. You got to.
Okay,
So cool.
working on it.
No problem. Kimberly, you can use our studio comments to let us know what is something you know you need to be doing in your business that you're not doing, that you're going to go ahead and start prioritizing to help you get to the next level. Dr. LaFera, what's something you know you need to be doing that you're not doing? And while we're waiting on Dr. LaFera, some of that know your numbers, because I'm looking at my list, is proper bookkeeping, KPIs, and analytics. Let's see what Dr. LaFera.
Yeah, I like the same thing you said. KPIs, analytics, all those.
Proper bookkeeping.
Yeah, bookkeeping. I'm not great at that. I wait till the last minute. So yeah.
Cool beans. All right. Shawana, what is something you know you need to be doing in your business that you're not doing, that you know if you went ahead and prioritized, it would help you get to your next level?
You know, I'm sitting over here looking like,
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I kind of touch a little bit of it all, of the things. Like, of course, systems is always top. And of course, when you say in bookkeeping, we know that tax season is upon us. Amen. So when I think about bookkeeping, those are some things that, like, I know I have a deadline, and my deadline for my accountant is the 11th. And part of that is the bookkeeping. And even though I have certain things because they move over from the, previous year, it is really, even if you're reconciling at the end of the month, that's one of those things that right now, if that was already done, my stuff would have been already filed. So like for me, thinking about that bookkeeping and the key performance indicators, for me, when I think about it, it's then, because I know when I've done better, I have to be better about then logging that better, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because I know that I am better than even, because last 2023's first quarter was really, really sweet. And of course, God did it again, and 2024 is shaping up the same way. However, being able to have this stuff where it should be, so that if I got a certain phone call, I may not necessarily be scrambling, but I will be like, okay, give me 24 hours. And I don't want to be like that. So for me, it's a little bit of it all. And that's because I am, I guess, in other stuff, I'm kind of like the person that go in one room and I'll start cleaning up. And then because then I have to get called to another room, I'll start fixing something in there too. So it kind of moves through my, so I know. I know.
Gotcha. No problem, Shawana. I don't think that you're by yourself, right? Let's talk over here on this Facebook side. Demetra said, post consistently on social media, creating down sales, start a YouTube or podcast channel. Keith said bookkeeping. Yeah. So what we're talking about is what are the things that you know you need to do in your business that you're not doing, that if you did it, it would probably get you to your next level. It's those, the things that you dodging are the things that you need to be doing. You trying to figure out how to get to your next level, make a list of that shit you dodging, right? And that's your execution list to get to the next level. I promise you it is. Kimberly said, accounting, taxes, proper banking. I need to separate and not continue to pull from personal account, even though I have a business one. Marketing, updating labels, website. I still haven't added barcodes for labels, which is required for Amazon. Yes, all of that. And we know that Amazon, that one Amazon task definitely need to be pulled up, because we know that could triple profits if you revenue if you throw that stuff on Amazon. even though it's an investment to get it there and a process. So yeah, Kimberly, you need to go ahead and rank this list and get started. See how, and it's only 3 things, even though they're big 3, but you can't even pick off this list. You're gonna do all those, boo. So figure out how in your routine you're gonna get all of those done. Yeah, get that done. So now I want to see. I'm gonna share some stuff off my list that I don't mind sharing with y'all. See if anything else comes up for you based on my list, right? So I need to do more short or real type videos, like daily. And you know, already working on that. It's my fault why that's not being released. SEO. If y'all took the organic marketing workshop from me, as y'all know, there's SEO in every category of the lead funnel. I got to get started with this stuff. SEO is about people finding you and not you trying to catch people's attention. So got to prioritize that. It's one of the things I have highlighted in yellow to work in and work on every week. I have decided that I need to make it a priority to learn paid ads. My organic, I know it works. I've started a fire. I need to put an accelerator on the fire to get a bigger fire. What we know is that's paid traffic. Well, what we also know is these paid traffic specialists are arm and a leg, and we don't necessarily, unless you know how to run your own ads, know if they're doing a good job until you've already spent your ad budget, right? So I have decided that it is because one of the things when I was doing my professional development over the weekend, one of the things that Justin Phillips talked about, who is an e-com huge person, he basically said, you know, what is the one thing that if you learned it, if you learned it, would do a huge amount of good for your business? And that was the one thing that came to mind. So I added it to my list. Let's see. I need to put my business first. I have retainer clients that I have a tendency to put their stuff first, go over contracted hours, and now it's not enough hours or energy left for my own business. So I need to remember that my business is actually my VIP client. My business is actually the one that has the most hours that should be paid for to me. Okay, so flipping that around, right? I need more sales campaigns. I don't ask for the sale enough, right? You want to make more money, make more offers. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. I need to go through and redo my offers to reduce access. We just did that last night with Dr. Toya. Yeah, so Dr. Toya, I realized why I be calling you Dr. Tanya now. It came to me after I got a little rest because I have a Dr. Tanya that's a client. That's why I was like, why am I messing her name up? I know her name. I know her. Because I have a client named Dr. Tanya. So Dr. Toya and I just went through her offers and pulled a lot of access of her from her, I should say, last night when we were doing her stuff. So let's see. What else do I have? Oh yeah.
Wait, Shay, what does that mean? Full offer.
Access.
Yes.
So in your offers, what we know is the less money they pay, the less access they should have of you, less access they should have to you. And that depends on what the actual price points are. But as you go up the offer ladder, often there gets to be more access. But if you look at your offers and everybody got the same access to you, something is wrong.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Something is wrong. Why does a $97 a month offer have the same access to you as a $10,000 offer? You see that?
Okay.
So yeah, you have to go through and see why is it so much access to you. Some of that stuff can be replaced with recordings. Some of that stuff can be replaced with a success coach that you hire. Some of it can be replaced with tech. Some of it can be replaced with other touch points. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Earmarking all of my money goals beyond my lifestyle and expenses. Let me tell you what that means. Jamal Bryant, at one of the TSP events said, and it wasn't until he said this that I understood then why I had to make it to 7 figures, because I'm totally comfortable at multiple 6 figures, right? So what made me decide, oh, that makes sense now for me to have a 7-figure revenue goal and a 7-figure profit goal. He said most of y'all are just asking for money and don't even know what the money is going to be for. And some of y'all are not having high enough revenue goals because you don't have nothing earmarked for that money beyond what makes you happy. I said, oh shit, he talking about me. He talking about me. It was a little gut punch. He did it with love, but Lord have mercy, it was a little gut punch. And so I immediately started thinking about, okay, if I thought about leaving a legacy, if I thought about the things that I want to do that may need windfalls of money or whatever, that could help me to decide to expand my revenue goal more, right? Not only that, you know how everybody says if you have a why, right, you're more motivated and inspired. Well, yeah. So if you assign your money, right, if you give your money an assignment, you're going to have more of a motivation because it's not just dollars, dollar signs and numbers. Now it's what is that money going to do and transform, right? So that's something to think about. I need to go through my client journey and tighten it up some. I need to see what SOPs that I'm missing. I have an intern now, so yeah, let's get it going. Let's see. Letitia gets on me all the time about creating a cold email strategy. I do not have a cold email strategy. So that could be something that very easily changes your business. Instead of worrying about just warm leads, how do you get more cold leads that is like cold email marketing or cold audience marketing specifically, not just people coming along your lead funnel, but actively finding people who don't know you. That's like cold email lists and things like that. How can you utilize things like that in your business? Let me see what else I had. One of the things, as we know, sometimes what keeps us from the next level is mindset, right? I have a cool fortified mindset, but there are things that help you go beyond, right? So we know that there are the power of affirmations, the power of words, the power of positivity, things like that. I said, you know what? For me to be good, a literal person and love words, I don't use the power of words enough. So I got to know what ChatGPT. I shared this with Heather yesterday, and I'll share it with y'all. Let me open it up right quick. Let me check Facebook. Okay, y'all not saying nothing over there right now. But basically, let me show y'all what I came up with. I have about 3 people I think of when I think of the power of words, right? So we got our law of attraction people, Abraham and Esther Hicks, right? So I asked ChatGPT, according to the teachings of Abraham and Esther Hicks, how do you use the words as power, right? Then I came in and I asked about Dr. Joe Dispenza. Then I asked about Dr. Wayne Dyer. Those are my favorites when we're not talking biblical, right? So then I asked it, because I always ask it to list stuff, right? I don't always look at the list because I want it to come up with a summary for me, but I want to make sure that it's pulling the information in and summarizing it, but I wanted to now create a plan for me. So I said, use all of these teachings, create a daily schedule of tasks for me to incorporate all of the strategies given, keeping in mind that I listed my little default week. And if you are in the productivity membership, you know what a default week is. So my schedule. And so it created a routine for me to use the power of words. So that is something I am immediately going to indoctrinate into my day. Okay. So some stuff is metaphysical, some stuff is mindset. You need some metaphysical stuff. Dr. Toya on here, she can help you. Let me tell you, that's what she does. Okay. Let me see, what else did I have on here? Leverage early adopters. Some of y'all are my early adopters, and I definitely don't leverage you enough, right? Y'all are my fanatical fans. Y'all love to tell people what I've done for you, what being in this community has done for you, what having a roadmap has done for you. And I have not had a one-on-one with you to do a video, nothing, right? So I need to leverage my early adopters, my fanatical fans more. I've made a note of this because I'm not aware if I do it or not, but because I'm not aware, it means I may not be doing it, but it says do the hard, scary stuff first. Now, I ain't no punk, so I don't think that I'd be dodging hard, scary stuff, but I need to take a look because I couldn't readily bring to mind that I definitely don't do that, right? So I got that on my radar, top of mind, consciousness to check and see, am I dodging hard, scary stuff, right? Let's see. What else do I have? I need to go back through, and this has to do with KPIs that we've been talking about, right? But another thing that Justin Phillips says, the e-com star, is he said some of y'all aren't growing in your business because you're not doing more of what works. And guess what? First, you got to know what works. That means you got to slow down and look at stuff. You got to analyze stuff. What has actually brought fruit into the business? We need to do more of that. What is not working? We need to do less of that. But when we're just going about our day of doing business, we actually don't know what's working and what's not. We just know that we're working. That's all we know, right? So I said, okay, I need to slow down and look at that. I need to create a sales process and understand more about sales processes. I keep hearing about it, right? Y'all know I'm not a sales coach, but I need to get more into what exactly is a sales process. Like, I know how to do automations. I know how to, make sure that the payment stuff and make sure it's only 3 clicks to get to the buy. I know that stuff, but I don't think I have the true concept of sales process. So I'm about to do a deep dive into sales. One of my favorite sales, quote unquote, trainers is Alex Hormozy, right? He talks about a sales process and using scripts. Another one would be Myron Golden. He talks about sales a lot too, right? So I think that I need to have a very comprehensive step-by-step sales process that's not just me out here willy-nilly selling. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I'll be looking at. And y'all know, once I learn it, I'll be sharing with y'all. Another thing that I found amongst different things was the first thing you want to do is you want to grow a community or a tribe, right? We have us a nice tribe, but the next step is you have to create a movement. I was like, oh, I don't have a movement. Look, so we about to have a movement around this mug, right? Because the movement is basically led by your mission, vision, and values, right? So y'all know I talk about making money, but time freedom is just as important. We don't talk about time freedom a lot. And so I need to create a movement around that making money that funds your time freedom, right? So you might hear me talking about that more. Another movement that I revealed to y'all, I think a couple of weeks ago, was that one of my unique selling propositions is the fact that people look at me as strong. They look at me as knowledgeable. They look at me as confident. They feel like they lack it all. And so what happens is there's this transference and borrowing of mine as perceived value that happens in my interaction. That is that, what did they call it in my global marketing? Emotional, dang, I forgot what he said. Heather, do you remember the words that Seth Godin said and that Martin Lindstrom said that I said? It was emotional something, emotional bookmarks.
Yeah.
Emotional bookmarks, right?
Bookmarks, yeah, not benchmark.
Mm-hmm. And so basically what happens is think about the people in your life that are most important to you. There are emotions tied to those people. And I'm not even talking about family. I'm not even talking about your romantic partner. I'm talking about when you look at your friends list, when you look at the business besties, there's an emotional component that is there that makes your connection stronger. Right? So when it comes to your clients, the thing that makes them more of a fanatical tribe or a fanatical fan, right, is that they have an emotional connection to you. I don't talk about that enough. I don't fan the fires of that enough, right? I don't tell people that that's okay, because to me, I know what it is, and I know that it's more of that Wizard of Oz, right? You might think I got the power and you don't, but you'll soon learn as you feel like you're borrowing mine that you had it all the time, right? So I need to talk about that more, because that is something that when I tell you, it has been a thing throughout my life. Even when I was a child, I've always been like this. Like, I can't whisper. My voice carries. I cannot whisper. I had to learn, light skin with long hair in the South, looking mixed. Yeah, I had to learn that I'm different. I stand out. So I either had to I had to learn how to be confident or cower, right? And as y'all know, your girl don't cower. So people be like, oh, okay, she's way more confident than me. She's this, she's that. Okay, you can think that for now. Now, I want you to start with borrowing what you think that I have that you don't have. And then what you're going to recognize is, yes, you had it all along, because we're going to bring it out in you, right? So that's a part of what I need to bring out more. Let me see, is there anything else? Yeah, that's about all. Now, things that I said no to, that I need to state my terms on, text marketing. Y'all, fucking, I hate text marketing, but I know that there's too much data behind that it works. And so I'm gonna have to, I tell y'all, it go for me too. Get out your feelings, ain't no money in there, right? So my feelings about text marketing don't beat them analytics about text marketing. So I need to figure out, why am I saying no to it, and state my terms. and make it a yes, right? I need to find my next mastermind. Almost every mastermind I've been into thus far, that ain't the mastermind I need to be in, right? I need to be in a mastermind of people who know things I don't know. And that ain't been the case thus far. So I need to find where is that mastermind. And what I know is it's gonna cost a pretty penny. So I'm already want to throw up. Okay. But again, though, if you have a coach who don't have coaches, do you actually have a coach? Like, I don't know. But I'm just saying, just like you should have a therapist that has a therapist. Things that work, people should have, right? I need to make sure that I don't need to clear any money blocks. I need to take exercise serious. Y'all already know. Just pray for your girl when it comes to this exercise, y'all. Tell you, I'm over that. I can't just be, playing around and calling it movement no more, because that shit ain't working. So I am 52 years old. If I want to make it to 53 and still not be on any medications and still be living my best life, I am going to have to take exercise seriously, because my body is not the same. My body is like, yeah, that little water you used to drink is not enough. I damn near probably need to start scheduling routine IVs to stay hydrated. How dare I live in Mexico and then barely drink water? It's crazy. But the funny thing is, I barely drink water because I barely drink anything. So y'all will see me, I got water everywhere to make me drink more. So y'all will see me drinking on the show, but I don't drink enough of anything. That's why I don't drink enough of water. So got to work on that. Also, I can feel my blood pressure trying to change. Why? Because I'm sedentary. And now at 52, if you don't get the moving, then that circulation don't get the moving either. So, yep. About to come up with some stuff. But my vacation is next week. So I'm gonna work a lot of this stuff out next week. I love it. I'm gonna get rested up, and then I'm gonna start, that creativity is gonna fly. Dr. LaFera said, you starving your kidneys, you're not a pug. You know what going on somewhere, Dr. LaFera. I hate them little ugly dogs. Pug. But so today is Thursday. So tonight is our movie night. Don't forget to watch the movie The Founder. You watch it before you come to movie night, which starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, because we're going to discuss the movie at that time. When you're watching it, watch it from a business point of view and pull out the business nuggets. If you have not watched it yet, it's not too late. I have it on my calendar to watch at 4 o'clock. I've seen it before, but I didn't watch it from a business point of view. And y'all know my eye for details is I gotta watch it again. Okay. So join us tonight for movie club. Also, I think that we have a winner for what rewind that we are doing. Let me go back. Yeah, it's the VA Advantage. Effective use of a virtual assistant, which y'all know was also effective use of a team member, period. So that one will be the rewind that happens next week. Now, remind yourself that it's not live, even though it says live, because y'all, I be telling y'all it's not going to be live. It's going to be a rewind, and y'all be on there talking about good morning. And I be like, Lord, why y'all in the comments trying to talk like I'm going to talk back?
It feeds the algorithm. It feeds the algorithm. It feeds the algorithm, and anybody who may so happen to be checking you out next week and they don't know that you're on vacation.
I understand that, but y'all be knowing and still be on there like, oh, she live. What? And look, I had one of y'all inbox me telling me, so what's the Zoom link? The Zoom link not working. I'm on vacation. Cut it out. Ain't no Zoom link. So don't forget that, y'all. Okay. Was there anything else I needed to tell y'all? I don't think so. I am going to be debuting and launching a new offer starting next week. So y'all can look out for that to see if it's aligned with what your business goals are. But most of y'all on here know what your next step is, and it's not this offer. Let me tell you that. So when you see it, you'll know. You're going to be like, yeah. It's probably not for y'all, but if you know somebody, because a part of what I'm doing now is using my network and my tribe is we're going to get this affiliate program off the ground because what y'all know is I get results. And so even if this particular product is not for you, you can actually make money selling my product that you know is going to work for somebody else, right? So that's going to be a part of next week. All right, before we get out of here, does anybody want to say anything? This has been a great week on partnerships. Anybody got any questions about partnerships? Any last declarations about partnerships? Anybody got any questions about anything before we get up out of here? Let me tell you how my brain been on vacation for at least 2 days now. I had to gather myself for Dr. Toya last night. Dr. Toya, you want to talk about your experience last night, or you want to leave that where we got it?
No, it's fine. I sound like I just woke up, so excuse me, y'all. Well, because I did just wake up, but
Because I drained the shit out of you last night, didn't it? My bad. My bad.
So good morning, everyone. It was a really good experience. I love things that move through a process. Like Shay is very just organized, right? And I'm not. Like my mind floats in bubbles, right? I'm very circular and all of that stuff. And so when it's not on paper for me, we can be in the loop. And she always pulls me out the loop and takes what I say, even though it seems absolutely crazy coming out of my mouth, and puts it into the right words. And so that for me is the best part, because I'm like, yes, she gets me. She's my person. She gets me. So I love that. And after last night, I was just super excited and motivated, and did a lot of work for, other things, because I can see how this step is going to really push me forward. And I'm all about like being ready, being ready for the push. So I had so many downloads and just kind of next steps of things that I wanted to work on. And it forced me to be motivated in other areas, which I'm really excited about. So I'm ready for the next project after we finish this one.
Awesome. Awesome. I
Great,
love it.
great.
Congratulations,
Okay.
Dr. Toya. What were you saying, Deborah?
Oh, I was asking what the process was, but it sounds like you did a deep dive with her into
It was an assessment. It
an
was an
assessment.
assessment.
Okay, that's what I
Mhm.
picked up. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
Cool beans. All right, y'all.
Miss Deborah, when you gonna deep dive with Shay?
I'm
'Cause I
working.
already know
I'm
it's
working on it. I'm working on it.
okay.
But
I just,
well,
I'm
I
just
think
saying,
I
since
should
you,
get her.
I just had to ask for the
I
streets,
I think I have to get her after vacation when she's ready, when she's mind is clear. So that's
Ready,
when,
ready.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
have
it is. And I love when I see, not that people don't already know Shay, but then to get to know her and have that type of time with her, it's priceless. It's priceless, because I love when I heard Dr. Toya say she gets me. I felt that way a few years ago, because when you're creative and you have things in your brain and you see them, and it's like Shay can, just like she said, I love it, Dr. Toya, pull the bubbles and then line them up and help you make them, because they make sense to you in your head, but then it's like articulating it outside of your head. And that is one of the things that Shay, God has blessed Shay to be able to do. So, I can't wait for you, Miss Deborah. I can't wait. I can't wait.
well, wait, Shay, should I talk to you before you go on vacation, or should I talk to you when you get back?
You could talk to me today, sweetie, before I go on vacation, because today is the
You
last day before
Today is the
vacation.
last day.
Yeah.
All right, send me your number, because I gotta, and then I figure out what time of day I can call you, and you let me know. Okay.
Look. I don't know if you know me well, but you should have saw the look on Heather's face. Yeah, I don't
No.
talk on the phone. I'm in
Oh, you
Mexico.
don't.
We
Oh,
gonna get
oh,
on Zoom.
oh, okay. All right. So I get, I'll send
Look,
you my
everybody,
calendar
look,
link.
you can see. I feel like if you could see everybody's face when you said send me a number, I'm gonna call. Everybody's face would have dropped. You would have saw it, but like, oh, she finna be disappointed. Yeah, but
Okay. All
I'll
right.
inbox you. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Inbox me. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Heather, I'll talk to you later. Okay.
All right,
Oh, wait.
y'all. Have a great day.
Have a
What you
good
got, Deborah?
vacation. I was gonna say have a good vacation.
Oh,
Bye,
yes.
everybody. See you later.
I'm ready for it. All right,
Okay.
guys. The studio
Bye.
is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day and a great week next week, y'all. I'll see y'all on the 8th.
Okay.
Have a
Bye.
great one. Bye.